definitely believe in fresh beginnings, and today just for some reason definitely feels like a fresh start. I'm one of those people that love January 1st. It is very close to my birthday too, so that's probably why. I took some time to kind of write down my goals, intentions down. I'm really excited to share them with you. Just as inspiration, I feel like it's always nice to watch these types of videos. Very inspired to start fresh and just to honor this new season of life. For me, that's about shedding the old version of me. I like to attach a word to a season of life. I want to start doing things differently, get out of my comfort zone, just try new things, look into things that feel different, and stop doing the same thing over and over again. I keep hearing the quote in my head, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, and I don't know why that's been in my head for past few weeks, and it just kind of feels like a sign for me to stop doing things the same way and just kind of go in a different path. I think I'm about to go to Barry's. Don't want to. I am not an after work workout person at all. I'm more of a morning workout person, and I just feel inspired and have a little bit of motivation to go after work today. I just want to make it clear that just because I have motivation to go to the gym today, which is not the norm, doesn't mean I actually want to go. I don't want to go at all, and like the longer the day is going, the less I want to go. I don't know how people go to the gym after work, because I feel like there's this like psychology thing about it too. I've read it in a lot of books, and your motivation declines as the day goes on. Mornings, when you wake up, there's not much for you to fight over other than just having to wake up, which yes, it is hard to wake up early, but that's really all you have to do. You just have to wake up, and then once you get there, you're just there and you get it over with, and then you don't have to think about it for the rest of the day, which is why I like working out in the morning. I wanted to do this rosemary pre-wash oil on my hair. I'm gonna wash my hair after the gym. I'm gonna do K18 after as well. I know I'm gonna feel really good after, hopefully, but then like sitting on my couch and just enjoying the night feels good too. But I've already promised myself that I'm gonna go, so I have to go. One of the goals I had for this year is that I want to show up for the things I said I would do. Really important for me, because the number one way to show self-love is to show up for the things you said you would do and to push yourself to do that. Otherwise, it's just kind of like disrespectful to yourself to not show up, because if you think about it, you show up for others, you show up for your commitments to your work, for your friends, your family, and if you don't show up the same way for yourself, just kind of telling your body and yourself that you don't really care about. And so I always think of that, and I always think, okay, the number one way for me to show myself that I actually care, that I want to improve and be better to myself, is through showing up. Showing up is something that's been part of my life for a really long time. My college professor would always say showing up is 80% of life, and so I guess you just have to show up. Got back. That was not my best performance class in terms of just me pushing myself, but I'm pretty sure I just got my period, so love being a girl. I knew I was getting my period. I started getting period cramps over the weekend, and just being there, I'm like, ugh, I'm getting really bad cramps. And whenever it's that time of the month, it's so hard to push yourself physically. I didn't really feel anything this morning. If I would have, I wouldn't have went. But once I got there and started running, I was like, oh yeah, something feels wrong. It's 6:30. It's really not that late. Like, one of the reasons I don't like to go after work too is because I feel like it wastes my whole night. I like to have my nights to myself, I think, too. It feels really nice to just have left the house. And the other reason I don't like to go too is because there's more traffic at night times, but there was like no traffic at all, so that wasn't an issue either. So really no reason for me to not go at nighttime. For whatever reason I couldn't go in the morning, I could definitely do this again, or if I want to change up my schedule, I could do it. But I definitely have more energy in the morning. My energy feels a little bit lower now just because I feel like I just got my periods. I'm gonna put on a fall playlist. That's nice. Shower now and get cozy for the night. Gonna start on the vision board. Got to mention that it was my 100th class. That's exciting. I feel like a new woman. I feel so relaxed and good now. I just put this on my body. I love this stuff so much. I got this in Turkey, so it's in Turkish, but I'm pretty sure they have it in the US too. But I find if there's a pump, it just makes my life so much easier. Whenever you're starting a new habit, you just have to make it as easy as possible for you, and I think this is the best way to do it. Now I'm gonna do my skincare. As an update, no, I did not get my period, but she's definitely coming probably in the morning. I just definitely have cramps still. Trying different things. This is a good representation of it because it's not gonna always go the way that you want it to go, or it's gonna be uncomfortable, and it could also just go in a way that you didn't expect. For example, my cramps. I did not expect to have that tonight, and so it definitely brought down my energy, but I think that's okay. When you're starting something new, it's always going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have obstacles along the way. It's just how life is, and you just got to go with it. I'm not giving up on my challenge of doing different things, because even though I had a rough start, happy that I've gotten out of the house, something I was really struggling with. Overall, it feels good, and I'm just happy to be doing something other than sitting at my couch. Usually it's not always just watching something. I'll be editing, or I don't know, online shopping honestly too. I'm sick of that. That is the goal. I will share with you guys my schedule that I put together soon. Been a few days. Have decided to skip my workout yesterday. I have not gotten my period, but the period cramps are there. Obviously things are a little bit off to a rocky start. It's just called being a woman. I wanted to just show all parts of it, and that this process of like starting fresh, starting to do things differently, it will look messy. It's not going to be perfect. The number one key factor in anything I do is that persistence has always played a huge part in everything I do, and so I'm just going to persist and keep going and keep moving forward. I work remotely, and I just have been feeling like I'm living in a bit of a bubble. I have inspiration, and when inspiration hits, you just have to follow it, and the inspiration is to go to Trader Joe's with my bike and get their pumpkin bread. Let's go to Trader Joe's and get a pumpkin bread. Got the goods. If you have a Trader Joe's near you, and if this is in season for you, by the time this is published, definitely pick up the pumpkin bread. I think it's so good. I don't think I have enough eggs for this. It calls for 2 eggs, only have 1. I'm pretty sure I can make an egg out of chia seeds, so that's what we're gonna do. I think it'll be fine, hopefully. It's 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and 2.5 tablespoons of water, and then you just let it sit and it becomes like mushy. I recently started listening to a new podcast called Wiser Than Me. It's a podcast talking to older women and just the lessons they've learned throughout the years. Amazing podcast and such a good topic. I just started listening to it yesterday, and the first episode is with Jane Fonda, so I'm gonna finish that.
I didn't realize what she was talking about. What she was saying. Yeah, exactly. But then I got it. Did she have a sense of humor? Was she, like, when she said, I mean, I get the sense that, like, oh my gosh, I thought, isn't that interesting, man? That specifically.
I forgot to show you guys the end product. I had some before showing you. It was delicious. It's been a few weeks since I've last talked to you guys. I've been putting this off, and I spent a good amount of time just really putting together with Pinterest, just any kind of inspiration on my vision board. This is more like a mood board as well, so I have some like makeup looks that I want to create. I have some hair ideas and some outfit ideas as well. I just kind of wanted it to be a feel-good board. I'm finally ready to put it together and finally ready to put it up. I bought a printer that prints out like pictures for you, which is really nice. I highly recommend. I'll link it below. Some of these I've printed myself. This one too, I love that. I didn't print too many, and then with like a normal printer, I put these in a Google Doc and just printed it all together. So now I'm just going to put everything together. board looked like. I think it came out so good, so let me show you what it looks like. And then I want to talk to you guys about the goal planning side of things that I've done. Right above my desk, which I really like because I see it every day. Like I mentioned, it's more of an inspiration board. Some makeup looks I want to try. I found on Pinterest makeup and hair looks that I want to do. Some quotes. I'm a big quote person. I think words hold a lot of power. Obviously in my Carrie Bradshaw era, being in my 30s, I've always wanted to do that bath thing in Bali. That's my sign to get into running. I've done a vision board for many years now, and I wanted this board to be something that I want to look at, that I want to read, that I feel very inspired by. And I wanted to help me to dress up cute as well. Some of the things are fashion related. I have my journal here, and I went ahead and just kind of did some goal planning. I was listening to a podcast, Do the Skinny Confidential, and I kind of got the idea from them. I mean, I go plan every year, but I do something different every year, but something similar along these lines. But I kind of wanted to give you guys some sort of outline of what I did, so in case you still want to. And I want to say, by the time I post this, I think it's gonna be like end of February. Don't feel like you have to start January 1st. You can start anytime. You're never too late, and it's okay to start like in June. It's okay to start in November, whatever, you know. I started with just journaling about my feelings and just kind of looking back at what 2024 looked like for me, what I want to take into the year, and what I kind of want to stop doing as well. I think it is important to write your accomplishments. I haven't been good at that. I think sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves, but then we look back and we're like, wow, actually, like I accomplished so much more than I thought I am giving myself credit for. So I really am trying to, in the next year, just journal about things that have worked out and stop focusing on things that are maybe not going in my favor. Take a moment, you know, whether that's every night, whether that's once a month, to just kind of be like, okay, what worked this month? What was good? What did you accomplish? What did you feel like was really exciting and good? So that's what I'm going to be doing in the next year. And then I wrote down my current belief systems, so some of the beliefs that I have that I don't want to take with me into the new year, and some of the belief systems that I keep repeating, because I think your thoughts create your reality. I think it's really important to kind of try to understand why you're having those thoughts, why you're having those belief systems, and why you're putting yourself down. You have so much more power than you think, and thoughts can come and go, and you can question your thoughts, and you can bring in new thoughts that feel more aligned with what you want your future to look like. Also, just knowing they're just thoughts and they don't hold power unless you give them power. That is what I ended up doing. I'm not going to give you guys specific things that I wrote down because it feels really vulnerable to do that. But let me see if I want to read one of them. The thought that sometimes comes up for me quite often now that I'm 33 is that I'm feeling like I'm running behind on life. I'm running behind on things I want to accomplish is the theme of like my belief system. And so that's what I'm going to be working on this next year, realizing that I'm not running late. I am just on time. Everything that has happened in the last years has really brought me to where I am today, and I wouldn't change anything. And I think it's important to know that all the dots have connected to bring me here. So I just have to remind myself of that. I'm working on speaking more confidently, which I feel like I'm getting better at. I think YouTube has helped me quite a bit. So then on one page I have my beliefs, and then on another page I have my 2025 and beyond beliefs. I wrote down the belief systems that I want to take on to the new year's. I guess I'll share some of them. I'm capable of so much more than I think. Mind over matter over everything. I'm extremely decisive. I make great financial decisions. I'm just getting started and I have a lot to look forward to. I can start at any age and become successful. That's important. I'm a strong, independent woman. Every year I try to dedicate a word to the theme of the year that I want to kind of bring forward. At first I thought I wanted to do resilience and change. In 2020 my word of the year was change, because I wanted to change my habits, and I did that, and that was incredible and powerful, and I thought about the word change throughout the year. I changed my mind about my word of the year. I didn't feel super connected with resilience and change. I think those are really powerful and good, but I think choosing your word of the year, the energy you want to bring forward to your year, is very important. I think you just have to meditate on that and just kind of really think about when you're watching a movie, what's the main theme of that movie, right? Like, what are you getting out of that movie? It's kind of the idea of choosing that one word, or it could be a sentence if that makes sense for you. And so my 2025 year movie, what is that theme gonna look like? Stepping into my power. I think that feels more true to what I want for 2025, stepping into my power. I think power is a really interesting concept because having power over yourself and over your habits and just stepping into your power can be so incredible. But when you feel like you have power over others, then that's when it becomes like not such a good word. Personal power, I think, is very important, especially in your self-love journey. I think that is like a huge thing to bring forward. I feel like in some ways in the past I've been playing small. I'm so hard on myself because I'm a perfectionist. I actually have a lot of power that I'm not giving myself credit for. When I step into my own power, I feel like I'll be able to really speak the way I want to speak and kind of live the life that I've always envisioned. I've been going through my self-love journey for years now, and I know it's going to be an ongoing journey. Stepping into your own power almost feels like the end of that self-love journey, although I know it's not gonna end, but it almost feels like it's been like this project that I've been working on, and it feels like the final like homework to self-love journey. Really interesting, and I'll keep you guys updated on the journey and see around December or January next year, see if we accomplished it, see if we really stepped into my power. This is the part where I took on from the Skinny Confidential idea where you plan your life with 711 structure. You plan out your 7 years from now. What age will you be 7 years from now? And at that age, what would you have wanted to accomplish? The one part is 1 year from now. So what do I want to accomplish 1 year from now? By the end of the year, what would feel good to have accomplished? I wrote down like how much I want to save, I want to travel to, some goals I have for social media. And then the next part is 1 month from now. For me, that'll be March 2025. I wrote down a few goals I have for the month. I think for the month part, so like 711 is 7 years, 1 year, then 1 month. I'm going to do the 1 month part every month. I have read 2 books a month, work out 5 days a week, go to a coffee shop to work remotely from once a week, go for walks, consistently show up on YouTube. Those are all the things I wrote down. And one of the things I've learned throughout the years of doing this is that I'll write something down and I'll forget. So I actually ended up writing my month goals on a sticky note, and then I just put it on my desk. So I think it's important to have it near you and to be reminded of your goals every day. That is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.